first to the pears. Either good, ripe eating pears or cooking pears will be fine. I allow 1 per person and peel. I leave the stalks on, and once peeled, the pears are rubbed with lemon juice or orange juice to stop them oxidizing and going rusty. Now, in a largish pan, I mix up a very special syrup. The juice of an orange or two, I need about 300 mils, a tablespoon or 2 of sugar, and these are boiled up until the sugar has melted. Now, into the pan goes some wine. You could use red or white wine. The best wine for this is one of the sweeter varieties. Of course, they're mostly white. Late-picked Semillon or Riesling, or even a spicy Gewürztraminer. I'm using a botrytis-affected Semillon, a wine which is an exceptional dessert drinking wine and possibly a little extravagant cooked into a dessert. But then this is a dish which is very important. A good glassful and some spices are added. A little cinnamon, just a piece of cinnamon stick, that'll be removed later, and a couple of cloves, which will also be removed later. In go the pears, and the lid goes on. The heat goes down, and they're allowed to simmer for anything between 10 minutes for an eating pear to 30 minutes for a cooking pear. And while they are cooking, it gives me a chance to make some praline. Almonds and sugar is all it takes. Into a pan is tossed a few almonds with the skin still on, and they're allowed to toast a little over medium heat. Then I add sugar, about the same weight as the almonds, and this is all cooked together until the mixture starts to brown and the almonds start a popping. Incidentally, you can make as much of this as you like. It keeps very well. Once the color's right, as it is here, I pour it onto an oiled marble slab. And spread it out with a wooden spoon or spatula. You could also spread it onto an oiled baking tray. Once it's cooled and is nice and crisp, it'll break into small pieces. I then crush it in a mortar. Or you could wrap it in a clean cloth and give it a good bashing with a rolling pin. You could also do this in a food processor, but take care not to overdo it because the mixture will turn into a putty. Such good exercise, and it doesn't have to be perfect. A few lumps won't hurt at all. Once the pears are cooked, they're removed and drained and allowed to cool a little. And they smell delicious. Now I just have to take the spices out of the sauce, turn up the heat and allow it to reduce to about 1/3 of its volume. When it's time to serve, a little sauce, on goes the pear, a dollop of ice cream, reduced fat of course, a sprinkling of praline, and a little grating of orange rind. And there it is, Pear Carden, Consuming Passions tribute to the Australian Opera's Joan Carden, whom I toast with a little of the wine used in the sauce. From Consuming Passions, bon appétit.